Hey, if you're watching this video, you probably are my parents or you have a issue with breathing. I had a deviated septum myself, and I just literally had a septoplasty performed about 24 hours ago. I saw some videos on YouTube. Joe Rogan made one, a few other people about their experiences, so I thought, hey, I'll make one as well to maybe help out some people that are thinking about it themselves, to tell you about how my experience was. Just to let you know, like my nose history, I've had trouble in my left nostril breathing for like the last 4.5 years. It got to the point where it got so bad I finally had to go and do something about it. Went and saw an ENT, Dr. Collette out of Orange City is who I saw. He sent me to an allergist to determine if it had anything to do with allergies. It didn't. Got a CAT scan performed. And once we saw the x-rays from the CAT scan, I mean, you could tell that my left nostril, like the passageway is like almost blocked completely. It was so bad. I had trouble breathing out of that nostril, smelling. I snore, according to my girlfriend, a lot. So finally decided it's time to get something done. And literally from the first doctor visit till the time I had the surgery, it was probably about a month's time. So once we determined we were going to get the surgery done and everything, I went in yesterday about 7 a.m. I had a 9 a.m. scheduled surgery, so I got there about 2 hours early. Didn't have to really wait around a whole lot or anything. They got me, ready to go, got me in my post or pre-surgery waiting room. I had the gown on, had the hospital socks, all that. Got changed and all that. They had a couple nurses come over, take questions and write down your answers for pain and all that kind of stuff. Visit with the doctor briefly to go over the surgery again and all that. And then once all that was ready, they started wheeling me in a little bit before 9 o'clock into the actual surgery room, which was funny because when they were wheeling me in, I had two nurses and like a med student that was observing. They were wheeling me in, and I could see off to the side the other patients that were in their beds, waiting for the same thing to get seen or whatever. So as they're wheeling me in, as a joke, I said out loud to one of the nurses that I was so excited to finally get the surgery over with so I could finally be a woman. So I thought, they thought that was funny, and I thought I would leave the other patients that were sitting there waiting. Thought I'd give them something to ponder in their minds a little bit, especially since I have this beard and everything. So once they got me in the room, they got me, strapped onto the actual operating table. Had my arms out. It was weird. I felt like I was like going to be executed because they had my arms strapped down. They had me strapped down by the waist and everything. The anesthesiologist came in and they hooked me up, to the IV and everything. And it's weird because like I didn't know how long it would take to get knocked out. This is the first surgery I've ever had in my life, and they didn't even really tell me when they were giving me the meds to put me out. The doctor he was screwing in the little tube or whatever into my arm, and I remember talking to one of the nurses and asking her, a couple of questions, and then like literally the next thing I knew, like I was waking up. It felt like I was out for like 30 seconds. I was waking up and I'm already done with the surgery. I'm already in the post-surgery room, the recovery room. And so it was literally like, once you are out, it goes by like so quick. It feels like you're only out for like a minute. And of course when I woke up, I was really groggy. I still had, coming down from all that medicine they gave me and everything like that. The worst part actually wasn't even my nose. Like my nose didn't feel so bad. It was more my throat. I just remember having like a really sore throat, and that was kind of the worst part, was just having that bad sore throat. But my nose didn't really feel all that bad. They put a couple of splints in my nose, which normally I think you have in for, I've heard from other people anywhere from like 5 to 7 days. But I'm actually having mine removed this Friday here in a couple of days. So I had the surgery on Tuesday, and I'm literally having them taken out on Friday. So they're only going to be in a few days, and you can't even really feel them. You don't really notice they're even there. Like I said, my nose doesn't really even hurt all that much. It's just the worst part really is there's just a bunch of like dried up blood inside your nose, so it's like your nose feels like it's kind of glued or whatever, because of all that blood that's in there. As far as like soreness and all that kind of stuff, I mean, there's some of that for sure, but it's not painful really. I wouldn't describe it as being painful or anything like that. It's just maybe a little uncomfortable. They did prescribe for me. I got some oxycodone for the pain, and also amoxicillin. They also gave me that I got to take a couple of times a day, and they also told me like 4 to 5 times a day, just some saline nasal spray. You have to shoot up in each nostril, a couple shots, about 4 or 5 times a day, to help keep your nose cleared out and everything. Like I said, it wasn't really all that bad as far as the feeling. They also, like, I'm not wearing it right now because my nose isn't really bleeding, but that first day, especially when I first left the hospital, I did have some bleeding from my nose and everything. They gave me, we have these little pads that you just kind of fold over, kind of stick them under your nose, and then they gave me this piece here that you just kind of fit over your head, and it literally kind of holds it under your nose. So then I changed it yesterday, I think about 4 times, and my nose a couple of times started bleeding, not like real bad, but I mean I could feel it rolling down a couple of times. So it wasn't anything like extreme or anything like that. And I've heard like that one of my biggest concerns was I was afraid like the packing. You see people that get like rhinoplasty and stuff, and they have all this packing shoved up their nose, and it looks really uncomfortable. And that was one of the reasons why I was always a little unsure about the surgery, because I didn't know what it was going to be like, but they didn't have any packing or anything for me. From what I understand, the majority of the time you don't even have it for a septoplasty. It's literally just these little gauzes under your nose. And it's not even really all that uncomfortable. I slept like 7-8 hours when I got home with one of those on. Wasn't bad at all. It wasn't really too uncomfortable. They just tell you, not to bend over a lot or not to lift heavy things, anything that can cause your nose to start bleeding or anything like that. When I left the hospital, my girlfriend and I, we picked our daughter up, and when she was in 7-Eleven getting me some soup, I think from the effects of the medicine they gave me to knock me out, it did make me throw up. I did throw up a couple of times from that. It just kind of came on like out of nowhere. I'm just kind of sitting there, next thing you know I start feeling something building up, and then I'm dumping out my medications out of the bag they came in, and I was literally throwing up into the bag a few times. But that was the only time that's happened, and I haven't felt that since. So it really, I think it was just literally from the meds they gave me to knock me out. And then, like I said, the splints in my nose, those are going to be coming out on Friday. So once that's out of the way, that's going to be great. Won't have to worry about that anymore in my nose. They put one in each nostril, a stitch to hold them in place. Like I said, it's really not that uncomfortable. I don't really even feel it too much. And overall, like now, I'm really glad I got the surgery done. I would definitely recommend it if you're thinking about it. If you have trouble breathing, if you have a deviated septum that you already know of, definitely go see an ENT and get it checked out. The cost for me out of my pocket, I have insurance. My insurance covered 80% of it. Otherwise, it was like just under about $500 out of my pocket cost. So it wasn't too bad at all. Everybody at South Seminole Hospital in Longwood were great. It was really not that bad of experience. It was over really, really quickly. Once you go under and then you wake up and like there you are. It's done, over. You don't even realize that you were even ever out. At least I didn't. So that's pretty much my conclusion here. Maybe here later on I can put up another video like in a month or so to see what it's like. Because right now my nose is still like, with all the dry blood and everything and the splints in there, like I can't really 100% tell just yet like how much easier I can breathe out of the nostril. I should know that hopefully here in a few days once my nose is more cleared out of all this stuff. But the doctor said it went great, should be a great success and everything. So Hope, like I said, if you're thinking about getting it done, I would definitely recommend it, and hopefully this video is maybe some help to you in deciding. So definitely go see an ENT, get a CAT scan done, and you know, if you have that issue, like, definitely go for it. Don't be afraid, don't be scared. It doesn't really hurt at all. It's not even that uncomfortable in my opinion. I'm feeling really good here 24 hours later. I'm just looking forward to getting these splints out here in a couple of days, and then, you know, letting some time go by for everything to totally heal up, and then I'm sure I'm going to feel totally normal again, just like I'd never had the issue. So that's my experience. Thanks for watching the video. Hope it was some help to you, and good luck.